Yo, what is going on, Fifth fam? Welcome back to the channel. I know you're probably thinking right now, why am I recording at a grocery store and there's no whiteboard in the background? Well, today's video we're going to be talking about fats. So there are 4 different types of fats that we're going to be talking about. So the purpose of this video is to help out the individual so that they can have a nicely balanced diet and know the type of fats that they should consume and the type of fats they shouldn't consume, or at least the type of fats they should consume less. So in this type of video, we're going to be talking about the 4 different types of fats. In the next following video, we'll be talking about what is the optimal amount percentage of fat that you need for yourself in order to meet your caloric goals. So the 4 different types of fats that we're going to be talking about today are monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, saturated fats, and unsaturated fats. While you're dieting down, whether you're trying to maintain weight, lose weight, or gain weight, it's good to know to follow the 80 to 20% rule. So the FDA recommends us to eat 80% of our foods from whole, healthy foods, while the 20% of our foods come from yummy foods, such as donuts, or chips, or pizza, or kind of foods that you would want to eat out on a Friday night. Anyway, so our first type of fat is our good fats, or at least our monounsaturated type of fat. And that would be things such as your peanuts, or pistachios. You have other stuff such as your vegetable oils. You can even do sunflower seed oil as well. Some other type of fats that will be good for you would be like avocados, that kind of stuff as well. These are the type of fats that are whole healthy. They have micronutrients, which is like your vitamins and that type of stuff. So it's important to eat the majority of your foods from these type of fats, such as, like I said, avocados, that kind of thing, because you want to be able to eat 80% of your healthy whole foods. Now, there are other type of fats that are really good for you, such as your polyunsaturated fats. This would be your omega-3s, your fish oils, your fish. So salmon, on the other hand, it's a really good fat. This 1 portion of here of this packet, which is a 4-ounce salmon portion, has about 1.5 grams of fat, and 0.5 of that is polyunsaturated fat, which is like really good fat that you need. Other type of fats that people like to take would be like fish oils, for example. As you can see, these have, for 1 pill or 2 pills, it's 3 grams of fat total, 1 gram polyunsaturated, and half a gram monounsaturated fat. So these 2 fats are really good fats that you'd want to consume every day for your caloric, to meet your caloric goal. Now there are some other type of fats that are okay to eat, but it's good to eat with moderation, of course. So this would be our saturated type of fats. Now some of our saturated type of fats would be like meat, for example. You have pork that has some saturated type of fats. Even the skin on chicken. So if you like to eat like skin on chicken breast or skin on chicken thighs, that has some saturated fat. And these are the type of fats that you would want to eat with moderation, of course. They're not necessarily good for you, but they're not going to kill you either if you eat them with moderation, of course. Now, the next type of fat are the trans fats, or if some people, they like to call them the bad fats, or the unnecessary fats. Because I don't really like saying good fats, bad fats, but if you had to classify them, they would be like the unnecessary fats. These are fats that are coming in your yummy foods, such as your pizza, your fried chicken, and even your delicious donuts, for example. These type of snacks tend to have a lot of saturated fat. Chips is another good example that has trans fats. And it's good to know to avoid as much as possible as these fats. But you know, as human beings, we like to go out on Friday nights, Saturday nights, hang out with our families. Sometimes it's hard to avoid, depending on the culture you live in, it's hard to avoid some of these snacks. Me growing up, I used to always eat these, especially eat these now, and I still do. But at the same time, you do want to eat them with moderation, of course. You don't want the majority of your fats to be of this. If anything, you want at least 1% or less of your fats to be coming from trans fats. Now, why is this important? Well, when you're calculating your own macros, it's good to know the type of fats there are so that you can get an idea of how much you're eating. So for example, let's say your total intake of fats would be 50 grams per person, or for you. So this bag of hot Cheetos has about 11 total grams of fat, which would be about 9 servings for the whole bag. So 11 times 9 servings, that's gonna be 99 grams of fat. So eating this whole bag of chips by itself, you're already over-consuming calories just from chips itself. That's not even eating your other kind of stuff, such as your healthy fats that you should be taking, like your omega-3s, that kind of stuff, omega-6s, omega-3s. Now take the avocado for example. An average medium-sized avocado has about 11 grams of fat, which is pretty good for one size avocado, medium size, look at the size. So eating about 5 of these for a person whose calorie intake is, or macronutrient intake of fats would be 50 grams, eating 5 of these, that's a lot of like good type of fats, versus eating a whole bag of chips that you're basically wasting your whole macronutrients. Now the point of this isn't to tell you to like, oh, to completely get rid of your chips, but you eat them like in moderation. So you want to minimize them as low as possible. Again, the FDA does recommend us to eat 80% of our foods from whole, healthy foods, and 20% of our foods from yummy foods, such as your donuts, your pizza, a couple of drinks here and there. So it's nothing bad to get rid of, but at the same time, you also want to eat them with moderation, of course. Thank you.